Hey, what's up? It's John with Superfly. Hope you're doing well. For the longest time, I just wanted a simple little plugin that allowed me to do side-by-side buttons, and it just be its standalone little plugin that I could use. There are other side-by-side button modules out there that are part of bigger plugins that have a ton of modules, and the side-by-side button being one. But I just wanted sometimes on sites I just want a side by side button option pretty quick. And we added a few more options in there to help differentiate it and kind of tackle a couple other issues that I wanted to have in the button module. So with that, let me hop over and let's create some. All right, so I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to add a new row here. And I'm going to add in a Superfly button module. And then here's where I add new buttons. Here's some layout options. I'm going to go ahead and add one button here. For this particular one, I'm not going to use the icon. You can have subtitle text here. I'll go through that up here with this one, but I'm just going to leave it how it is here. I'm going to give it some quick spacing options here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, maybe 30 here. I'll give it a little more rounded corners. That looks pretty good. Okay, and let's say I'll just go button title here. Okay, there we go. I like this. All right, and let's say I want 6 of these buttons on desktop. And so I'm going to go back here to my button. I'm just going to make 6 of them. So there's 6 of them here. And then in my layout, I can say I want these in 6 columns. And it's going to spread them out there. And then under design, spacing, you have a column gap that you can kind of mess with. So you got to be a little careful here because it's going to push down, but I'm just doing this for demo purposes only. I'm gonna do like this, 6 here. And then let's say on tablet I want 3 columns, and then on desktop let's say I want 1 column. All right, so I'm gonna save my page and let's see what we have here on the front end. All right, so here's all my buttons here. I haven't done any styling though, but we come down to tablet and there's 3 of them. And then we come down here to mobile and there they are. Now you'll see like they're right on top of each other. We don't really like that. They're not taking up 100% of the width. So let's fix those real quick. So first I'll fix like this, the spacing, the top and bottom spacing. So I'll go to my design tab here for all the buttons, spacing, and we'll set a row gap here. I'm going to do about 12 here. There we go. That's going to fix that. And then on mobile, that looks pretty good to me. I'll go back to desktop here. Now, in order to fix the buttons not taking 100% of the width, that's what you want. We have to go back to all our buttons individually here and tell them to sizing width 100%. So I'm just going to copy this and I'll just duplicate this button again since we did it on that one. Okay, great. So now when I go to tablet, well, hold on. I'll do it on the front end. Let me show you on the front end here. Okay, so there's our buttons. We're going to come in here to tablet, and there they are, taking up the full width. We get down to mobile, and they're taking the full width. So that's something that doesn't get previewed in the back end, but will show up on the front end. So that's kind of the main meat and potatoes of the side-by-side part. Now I'm going to go over how the gradient is set up. So it's there's a couple nuances about it, but I'll just come up here. So the way this gradient works is, let me go into this module, and we'll just work on this first one right here, this one right here. I'm going to go inside of it. I'm going to go to the background. Now, when you're using the background gradient with our plugin, it's really important to not press the hover state. You're not even going to use this. What you're going to do is you're going to create a gradient, and then your middle spot here is going to be the shared color. So from here to here is your regular state, and then from here to here is your hover state. And that's how we make it smooth like that. And then if you want it to animate, you can turn that off up here. It won't show on the back end, but it'll. Let me just show you that too. But we'll make a brand new gradient button option here. Okay, so when I turn off the animate, then it is going to be like a regular gradient where you're going to want to go into the hover state and make your gradients, since you don't want them to smoothly go back and forth. But we want it to, and so we're going to go ahead and save this. Great. And so I'll just quickly make one more of these. Superfly button. Let's say I want the width. Well, let me go back here. I need to add a button first. There we go. Under my, we'll just call this button title. I'll go ahead and turn off the icon on this one. And I should probably just, there we go. I'll just make it like this. I'll give it a quick, give it lots of padding here. Great, and we'll just go make it look really nice. Okay, cool. And I'll go back here to my background, and I'll add a gradient. And then this is where I'm going to pick my main colors here. So I'll just go over here to this one. That looks good. And then for this one, I'm going to move it to the center. This will be my center button color. Yeah, maybe I'll do something like this. And then when it hovers, I'm going to have it go to maybe this color like that. And now you'll see that they're all vertical. We need to change, or they're all horizontal. We need to change that. We need to change our direction to 90 here. Great. And now we're going to have a button that goes back. Let me get rid of the border here. Okay, great. And we'll just save this. Actually, let's make this one a full width button too. Sizing 100%. That looks great. And let me make sure my layout is set to one column. Perfect. Now we have this nice, really big button here. All right, let me see real quick here what I did wrong. Oh, animate gradient. Yep, I want to do that. There we go. There we go. And so now we got a really nice gradient there. Okay, other things I like about this plugin is I like the placement of the icons here. Most Divi buttons, the icon hugs the text over here. I just think it looks nicer over here, especially on our sales page. You can also put the icon on the other side. So, not that we'd want to do this, but on this one here, I could say, hey, let's have the icon be on the left over here instead, if you wanted to do that, which is what I did here on this one. I imagine like install for Windows, install for Mac kind of thing. Great. Subtitle. Let me go in this first button right here. So we got our learn more, download PDF, and then I have the subtitle white, but then on hover, it's going to turn this green color right here. So that's a nice little feature you can have if you want it. And then lastly, for each button, if you go to the Content tab, Text, Learn More, Download PDF, if you go to the link area, there's a spot for Onclick Attribute that you can use. And that pretty much wraps up the tutorial on how to use the Superfly Button module. Would love to hear any thoughts or improvements or features that you'd like us to add. Just leave them in the comments. All right, y'all. Cheers. Have a great day. Stay fly.